back in episode 9, I reviewed an app called iSyncr, which lets you manually sync up your playlists, smart playlists, podcasts, anything that you have in iTunes to your Android phone. The one drawback, though, is that you have to actually plug it in. And it just seemed to me like the whole time that it was kind of missing this one feature, which would be syncing over Wi-Fi. And
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Now, the developer has come out with an extra add-on that you can buy that will sync up your podcast over Wi-Fi.
Hooray!
So, I don't know if we can jump over to the gadget cam.
There we go.
Let's see here. I'm trying to situate myself.
Yep.
So I just did a fresh install of iTunes on the netbook that I use here on the show, because I never use iTunes on this thing. I just never had a reason to. So we're going to see if we can do a little bit of syncing action between it. It comes as its own icon, like its own standalone app, and you tap it, and you have this like a helper application that gets installed on your Windows desktop. Unfortunately, this only works with the Windows version.
It looks like it's syncing.
Nope, that's the button that you press. Then you go down here. It's going to scan the network looking for the netbook.
Is it on the same network?
It should be.
We've got crazy amounts of networks around here, Lane.
Yeah, no.
Oh. What was that?
So it lists out all of your playlists on here. It doesn't matter if they're smart playlists or what, like these, the 90s music. You'll recognize these if you've done a fresh install of iTunes. But you just tap on one of them, and it'll change the icon to gray with like a green, I don't know what to call it, like a recycling icon, the sync icon. And it just pulls down all the files right onto your phone, just like iSyncr does, but without the cable.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool.
So,
unless you lose a connection anyways.
yeah, well, I think it's because there's actually no media files on here.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing for me, though, is that if you watched last week on the Android Tech Show, I talked about the Wi-Fi sleep policy for your phone and how to change that. And this actually includes a setup right here to change your Wi-Fi sleep policy. And the reason you'd want to do that is because this actually will let you set an automatic interval to sync with iTunes. So it'll pull down your podcasts and everything else. You can have it only for manually, but it does every hour, 4 or 8 hours, or 24 hours. And just like with Google Listen, I like setting mine for 8 hours because you're just about guaranteed to hit it sometime in the middle of the night. And that's what he said. Sorry. I'm a sucker for the that's what she said and etc. jokes. I can't pass one up. So it's iSyncr Wi-Fi. They have right in the app, there's like a link that you can generate to go to the website to download the helper app. But this is 99 cents, and it requires iSyncr for your Windows PC, which again I reviewed that back in episode 9. And I don't have the price for it right in front of me, but I think that's a $3 app. It's $2 or $3. So, but totally worth it. I mean, if you are in iTunes and you've bought an Android device, iSyncr is the way to go, and especially this Wi-Fi one. So check it out.
Cool. I like it.
Is there an OS 10 version of that?
Not yet. No.
No.
Windows only, unfortunately, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because iTunes is like.
It's the helper app.
Weird.
It's the helper app that kind of limits it to only Windows, because the helper app runs on Windows in the background.